right, welcome to the show, Abuja. Welcome to Hard Facts, your passionate conversation at Trustworthy Radio 95 Nigeria Info. It's been an amazing conversation already. Can get I promise you. On Hard Facts today, we've got a big, amazing conversation for you. I would love your perspective on our conversation from the roundtable. I will talk about mental health for public school teachers. I mentioned it a bit, but some would have guests coming from a Violent Initiative, and we'll build on it. I went program, and public school teachers were just this how chaotic it can be having like 1,000 students in one class, then you have to be like say SS1, A, B, E, F, G, H, and then you're the only teacher to this class. And then, and they brought out the event, said we'll make for the conversation. So we'll talk about that. And news as the break develop as things, we'll definitely share it here with you. Those like the more you see, the less you understand. Because I was shocked to see me like, dude.
You're here there. But yeah, most happy to be with you on the show.
I'm
also
happy to have you on the show.
Dr. Majeed is here.
Yes. What are you talking about? Is Dr. Majeed here or no? Press. Dr. Majeed is here. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good to see you all. Well,
when you were on the show.
Yes, happy new to again.
You're welcome. Talking about it and development, Nigeria have been waiting to get closure. Hope election from February will be moving on to the presidential election petition announced the specific day for judgment in the PYD predate of the PDP and the Liberty challenging the result of February 25th, which produced Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The director of the Provisional Board of Festus confirmed the date Wednesday. I think it was the second level to that regard. PP and LP had Monday argued their called the Apex Court, while the two of the People's Movement and its presidential candidate Chichi was dismissed after the withdrew, and the Presidential Petition Court had on the 6th of September dismissed the petition of both parties for lack of evidence, but an article filed their appeal. So we would get by tomorrow, and this is the Supreme, the last bus stop.
It's final.
And what happens after that?
It's final, not because it is infallible, because it is final. Well, whatever they decide to becomes, it's not the law, but it also decides what it's in terms of the House political life in Nigeria. Yeah. The 2023 election was, for me, the most election in the Fourth Republic. Because after 24 years, 20 of democracy, I mean, a 23-year-old man is an adult. So it's that the democracy would have matured. And so let's talk about that election showed that despite the flaws, despite the inadequacies, despite the roll down, something we did on a democratic revolution of some sort happened in that election. And the classic Nigerians are very ready to take that democratic destiny into their hands. And by stretch, this judgment too is going to be very concerned to go a long way to act the future of our constitutional and for the Republic, because we had an election with law that was newly tested. A lot of issues emanated from it, which is part of the issues under litigation now. And so the Supreme Court's ruling on this matter is to actually interpret laws. So their ruling will be the correct interpretation of electoral law that we have now. So there are areas for amendment, there are areas for improvement. What we need to do tomorrow is Judgment Day. However, the rule tomorrow is going to have consequences for democracy. But litigation and judicial adjudications is part of democracy. Well, it's all good. So we just hope and pray that in the judgment tomorrow, the judgment will be sound, will be grounded in justice. And that all Africans would have seen that justice was done in all cases. That is just my prayer and my hope that the learned justice of the truth should be aware, because of the fact that the rest of the shoulders at this point.
I think the election is one lot of pressure on the jury also. Like literally, as if people breathing down there, just sitting with bated breath to just hear what are you going to do. And it tells you the significance also that the judiciary is in the election.
Exactly. And that was the direct result of the enthusiasm that characterized the election itself. So people came out in phenomenal numbers. I think demographics took more interest in the elections, particularly young Nigerians. And that enthusiasm, as you see, also drive conversations around the court, because people are interested. They want to know if these elections were answered with electoral laws and some other. So the interest is a carryover from the elections. And this can be sustained. I think it might eventually bet a new where our democracy will begin to yield, because even those that are elected also feel pressure of the people that election, and they're not just living to your ways, to as you may wish. People know politics is the fourth factor. Now in basic economy, the primary factors, but you know that politics, that is the process of choosing the leads that will process factors of production, is more important than the factors of production, because it is their policies, their process, and their action that would actually determine success make out of capital, land, and labor. So politics is the fourth factor of production, economic production for that. And so the Nigerians are not so that person interested in politics. This is sustained and this is deepened. We will now see a shift from the status quo. Politics is perfectly alive with the economy. So now look, councillor, your chairman, your governor, how's the part on your economy, on how your well-being, your welfare. You know, unlike before when you was there, certain things are in place. You go to your shop in day and sell or make your profits You can do more. You can go to your Alaba International. You can go to your people are also living their lives outside of
I
politics.
mean, lots of Nigerians tell you, let me just face my business and do
Now
my
you know that somebody's in action or actions in the political office is holding.
has direct
You can
and
make from your market, your trading activities in Alaba, day market, your artisanal activities. It is now clear that it is the government actually that drives the economy. I don't know believe for many years. Government policies, government decisions, programs, government integrity, or otherwise, so can drive a business or an economy, drive it up to prosperity, drive it down. So everything depends on men. Plan, ensuring who actually and how only economic enhanced. So I think we are at a very decisive moment in our democratic journey as a nation after 23 years of broken democratic experience or journey. So it's good that this will be learned, go across themselves and they put themselves to take
so it doesn't matter what direction the pendulum swings, a lot withdrawn out of it. Point out, there's a lot of heightened interest, even in the part of the people, young people, even to think I've been invested in what's happening.
Yes.
And I trickle down to even interrogating what happens within the political structure also, because it still feels as if it's on this stuff. Until this interest gets to even the party, how it is constituted, how decisions are, and all whatnot.
That is very important that those in government
parties, yeah?
You see, issue management of political party is an indicator of how well the leaders of political parties or the leaders of political parties activities when given opportunity. Political parties are supposed to be the brain box of a democracy. You know why? Everything you're talking about, terms of laws, policies, and all that, it requires human touch, the human energy to these processes, either for good or for bad. And that's why political parties come in. They're not supposed to carefully synthesize ideas on how best to bring the mandate that's shaped by the Constitution, which can be some just towards welfare and security. In this, there's such a thing called relevant social conditions that are required national development. You see, the Constitution is there, but it is a bit ambiguous. It's I think under the section of this directive principle of state policy. It's ambiguous because it's something you can actually plan. It simply gives you an idea that look, for any of these sections of the Constitution talk well, as intended, the essence of democratic citizenship, national unity, this oneness of the people really around the one purpose, the common agenda for development. Now the police move best. How do share conditions? And how to show what kind of leadership can drive the process of democratic change and people. But a situation where the police have become, I don't know if I use that word on radio. Parties today are nothing but platforms for at all costs for the purposes. So it has made our politics increasingly degenerate to a criminal franchise, a criminal enterprise of power to the highest bidder for the purpose of self-service. So it is a political party system in Nigeria that is partly responsible for the problems we are seeing in government. But by delegates to become governor, by delegates to become senator, by president, by delegates to become council, how is it going to serve public interest? Why is it situation? You see, political practice this structure of entraining identity politics within theirs. So, for example, yes, that would lead to interrogation. Because the road to politics is patronage. It's like a fanciful word for corruption. It's patronage. You see, we work for a because of ethnicity and religion, strictly speaking. The reward...
Or political ideology, that if they have ideology...
They don't have ideology at all. I don't know what are your set of ideas to make things work. In this case, they don't have to say, let us come together, conspire, form an exclusionary kind of majority, another majority for religion, take power, and service our interest. So those who drove this champions this agenda get rewarded with government jobs, contracts, and all. That to now continue to keep the base in check and keep them supporting the system. It's trickling down of patronage as a reward system for people participation. So that's why it is predatory, it's parasitic. So all of these 7 months on Nigeria's $2 month, location companies offices sits down and decide on how to share it. So there is no room for critical thinking, how to make it, how to grow it on nation. Because no, talk to the political leadership is based on narrow sentiments of the city and religion, and not pragmatic, economic, social, and environmental, or the constitutions of the various layers of government. That is the political parties. Ordinarily, a political structure is party organs around economic interest groups or that are residing in a particular location.
With more of that thought after this very quick break to us.
Hello there. I've got great news for you. It's not flying direct to Jeddah in Saudi.
My name is Kimberly. I'm a host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving us every day here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hardship. A lot of guests' opinion and conjectures, but fact you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. And let's talk.
Audio Jungle. Judah is Judah is This is Judah is This is Judah is This is Nasha is This is Nasha is This is Nasha
Statement about issues around the economy where they're not setting issues, but it's just about the park. Let's see how we can organize ourselves and be in control at the
it's
center of
increasingly
state.
making democracy look like a joke. You need the political process. You got a deliberate political process to translate policies and laws into reality. Yes. For example, because of the lack of political will in Nigeria, the constitution clearly designates the local government as the third tier of government. It's supposed to be independent and autonomous. You don't even need the constitutional amendment to designate it as well. It is already there. But the political class have decided through a deliberate political process, and this time negatively, to make sure that local governments do not function according to the intent of the letters of the law. And there's nothing you can do about it. Why am I saying this? No matter how beautiful a document is, no matter how fanciful a law is, if you don't have a group of people driving these laws with the right patriotism in line with the intent of the law, you are going to have laws that are ineffectual. You start wondering, is it the law that is the problem? So as far as Nigerians are amending constitution, amending the electoral act over and over again, every 4 years we are amending the constitution. Because we've decided not to pay attention to what is there. So it takes a deliberate political process and a political party is so that it brings people of like mind together around a defined ideal. I say, look, this is what we want to achieve. And they grow gradually and gain momentum. For example, let me start from the United States of America. The party today known as the Republican Party was founded a little over 200 years plus ago, sometime around the early 18th century. What was one of the ideals behind the formation of the Republican Party? To put an end to black slavery in America. Simple. A group of white people came together, white people, and decided that, look, the Constitution talking about equality of citizens. Now, these people are citizens now. Why is it not extended to them? Okay, so the first thing to do is to actually abolish slavery. We believe that it is wrong to have slaves and for any man to be enslaved. They formed a political party for that purpose. Campaigned with it. And somehow it gained traction. They were able to appeal to people to say, this is un-American. And they got elected. That was how Abraham Lincoln got elected as president on that platform. He was a Republican. And he went ahead to proclaim emancipation of black slaves and died in the process after fighting a civil war against those who protested. This is the function of political parties. So to the eternal credit of the Republican Party, the PDDs of this world, the Tupacs of this world, we are born as free American citizens because of the effort of that man and his political party. Now, you fast forward again to the same America. I keep making this example. The same Constitution of America, the same Constitution. A case was brought to the Supreme Court in America about segregation. Because even after emancipation, there were cases of segregation in America under the principle of equal but separate. And people will tell you, if it's made, it is constitutional. But 50 years later, another group of people, this time, President Eisenhower, a white man who was not a slave, who had no business fighting for anybody's interest. But he took that decision to say, look, I think another angle. Over Brown versus Board of Education of Topeka is a very famous Lucas Classicus. And she's looked at because they came there, they were really appointed, knowing themselves that in the constitution against this, if you look at it from the human angle, upside down, they put among themselves and ruled that segregation was unconstitutional. That happened. Some states future this ruling. The president of America had to the Marines escort African children to schools. The law. It was a decision. He was governor who refused to allow black students to come to school. You cannot behave. You cannot appear weak. It's not in Nigeria, somebody, for example, in Sokoto, or for the case of black students, have you heard about the cases? Because somebody that's been implement and put that law, and try to appear weak, and so there's nothing you can do about it. Because that drove that crime is one that is mainstream and is corrupted and cultural and religious relevant in that part of the country. So it takes a deliberate process people to say, let us make these things right according to our constitution in Nigeria, a public country, united without entity and regional country, and want to be prosperous. What was the intent of the constitution? What is the constitution? That was the intent. That was to be corrupt. It's not written there. It punishes corruption.
It takes the people.
That people have congregated in the political party after democracy. That's why a country like China, you don't have a liberal democracy. It has only one party. Because it's a brain box drive. The China you see is actually the head of them. So the political parties are at the sides that look. This go for our country. And the implementation through policy programs effectively is going. If you look at South Africa, you have the ANC, you have the EFF. Look at Parliament and see the kind of equality conversations there. The ANC is actually committed to a rainbow where whites, blacks, everybody.
Indians.
Good. But the EFF is saying that, look, no, after apartheid, we've not addressed the real issue of economic justice because we're not privileged people without taking something back to give back to people. This is a majority. I don't necessarily EFF, but it's the tenacity of purpose. And I'm not around this ideology has kept the EFF in African politics, give them 12% constantly in every election, and they're growing gradually. Hitler, people don't know Hitler was gradually elected, or as leader of Germany. They don't use president. They call him. So, in the military law, he was elected. Hitler. What called Nazi party? What was the purpose of the party? After the war was going through a lot of economic crisis, one, you are very to the allied victors that did the war. And we are asked to, we are all their overseas territories. So Germany was a secret. Hitler was a long voice said, where we can become great as a country is to replace to enter with the League of Nations and the past. We need to rearm, we need to go out more territories, we need to do everything we have to do. That's what we can. That's the only way. He sounds stupid and foolish for some. And for 12 years, we see the same thing over. And
until he got the people.
It's only got worse. He thought this is the way to go. And when he became leader, when his party was elected as major party, and became the leader. In fact, last election he contested, he actually campaigned to be that would be a liberal democrat. And so what that meant was vote my party to be the majority. Then the party, the majority members of the went in there and passed a law giving him powers to act as parliament. And what did he do with that power? Same thing the guy has switched over, including the wrong ones, which implemented all law. What I say, it had its positive side, but this is what
the strength of this kind of
whatever you believe, please you have something to choose from. So the American office, I have conservatives. Clear, a conservative government will always cut this. It is taken for granted. A liberal will always increase that. So it depends on the line of the condition you are. If you are on the side, you are most for government will favor because you have a beneficiary national security and welfare scheme. You will not trying to Republican Party, to Democrat, black or red.
Dr.
The same on the other side.
Do not have that.
If you don't have that, you will keep giving everything to talk about white lives and falling. That's what I'm telling you. The fundamental that must be in place. This fundamental place. Otherwise, we keep talking about these issues and no solution to our problem. Similarly, this fundamental place, they are not there. I was saying, this is the way. And the same political parties will be the big beneficiaries, not you. They are big ones. They win election. I mean, the elections are ready all the time. They show to give it up down to anything that like it's different from what you school. We saw it 250. When you voted for the PC, I want to marry. Why? Because why must a man integrity? We saw in the 3 when a certain Peter B left PDP, came on a platform party, and look at the miracle that have thanks to the Nigerian people. Because Nigerians are easy, very good people innately. So they are easy to sway, a glimmer of hope. They come for you. I'm saying political parties are failing. One of the constitutions we have political party system. This is the issue. Otherwise, democracy will just be a waste of time. It's now of complete time. That is what we also have an idea how to run the country. For example, very simple. All the party now is to take a decision and say, look, we want to be a party that has absolute fidelity to constitutionalism. Meaning that if you let us as governor, we don't need an amendment to autonomy fully to the government. Election autonomy fully to the legislature. We don't need autonomy fully to the judiciary. Yeah. We don't need constitutional amendment to be completely corruption free. Because that's what we say. Let us even implement our constitution for the fund. Before that's the gaps. That means we implement it to the absolute implementation. Before that's the party that our allocation is a policy. Our allocation to the government of the states. 1 naira will not go into any frivolous 1 naira. That is, as a governor, take 1 naira beyond my salary. This is enough to get you support. And you win and you go into and practically other things are just make that better than what you're offering.
Wouldn't you say that irrespective of the ideology is not spelled out, right? There are certain leaning and actions that give an idea as to what these ideologies, and it's left open that way so that it's a back and forth between parts, because we see that a politician wins an election, one party which is small, and then when he succeeds to bigger part because he feels being part of that party will better leverage at giving his aims for that region which he's been elected for. So wouldn't you say the reason why it's spelled out in clear terms, wherein you know what each stands for, and if you are going A or B, it's just here's room for that back and forth?
No, they about self-serving. I mean, when you come in the constituency, and people so big parties get from small party, you not try to tell that okay because of the bigger party. Then what you're doing, let's tell the big candidate and forget about that small person now. They to do was why were you voted for? You have been treated right. Okay, they felt you are an right. Just go and beat Omoro Abin enough in Tesla. Those people who vote for you go and over again. Politics does not, money does not play kind of role with things. It's not the point even for the election. It's but as long as you can deliver, silly. If they give 200 to deliver, your people won't deliver all and add a fraction of your salary on top of it. Nigerians will over and over. It has improved. The only thing you ask at Poly unit when the economic difference between you and others. So they tell you, all of you on outside, you are so money problems. But if Nigerians are able to identify and decide that you are better, they will not pay for your country. That is it. Will not be corrupt innately. It's still that made Nigerians the way they have become. When a woman is doing over and over and over again, a man is doing over and over again, he's just trusted. It will more than just words of mouth of which barely give it a thought. So I'm saying that human beings, by our very nature, we follow leadership, examples of leadership. Or that the Nigerians don't know we need ideology. No. Basic constitution first.
All right, Dr. Constitutional.
First and foremost.
All right. Let's move on to the next. I would say, I mean, you've said a whole lot about this. That we need to continue to interrogate our policy structure and system in Nigeria, even down to, finances side of it. But that's another conversation. Let's look at some comments. We'll get the next story on Dr. Majeed already hinted at reforms.
All right.
That's
Vincent Peter, I'm watching from Galadima, said hello to Dr. Dorothy, watching in Katampe. Looking at right now, this one from Stephen S. says the Supreme Court to deliver judgments and not just he thinks. I don't blame it for the framers of a country where candidate is a in chief before political disputes are dismissed is not democracy. And Barras from Owerri says whatever heating under the sun we made known to the size of the air forces and unrepentant people holding that stage must be mowed down. Nigeria must fit whether they like it or not. Dr. Omar Olebar is saying. Says regards to Dr. Ahmed. Tinuke also says hello. That's what I'm saying on WhatsApp. K-Max suspense before Dr. Majeed is at where and Tommy Christian says after years democracy with over 250 million waiting for the judge to touch their conscience, they should know what they want to live justice. God bless Nigeria. And what's the rush? If Supreme Court judgment tomorrow after 3 days, America the Great Inquiry Empire is asking. And Jerry Beckham says hello to Dr. Majeed. Tomorrow, shall we get justice? We're waiting and watching the debate Burma open. Help me tell everyone to summon courage. That's all. That's what the Patriot is. And Big says that my politics of government is the fourth factor of production, but this is in the Nigerian context that trained politicians and their political actions and inactions act of production, not land, labor, or capital. In that to become rich, you just need to have the goodwill in current government. Without land, labor, and capital, if the person is dead, benefit to his family. That is why politicians are getting on from president down to local government. I rest my case. And that day, Abiodun says, I can't make judgment tomorrow. May God spare our land. Nigeria is not working simply because we as a people are not work. We attack issues on the basis of sentiment, not him. Nigeria will surely work when we are all things the right way. That day.
All right then. Seeing that we've got some comments to the next story.
This is about tax recommendations. The panel headed by Tawo Oyedele, tax and policy expert, was inaugurated on August 8th with various aspects of tax law reforms, fiscal policy, and coordination, harmonization of taxes and revenue. The committee's primary objective is to revenue collection efficiency, ensure transparent, and promote the effective utilization of tax revenues to boost citizens' tax morale, foster a healthy tax culture, and drive on compliance. Tinubu had asked the committee to deliver quick reforms that can be achieved in 30. The quick win report presented to Tinubu on Tuesday committee's 20 recommendations for immediate in response to the president's directive during its inauguration. A breakdown of all the recommendations.
Important to go through some of them. I mean, you're looking at address duplication of function in public service, ensure prudent financial management, and optimize value of asset and natural resources. I feel like a lot of Dr. Majeed said if you additional fidelity, you will get but maybe a bit more deliberate, same with fidelity. Then two, looking at policy signaling and collaboration DAs, economic management, policy execution, that means use of technology, data for tax, expanded tax net, personal income tax, exempt personal relief allowance, whatever that means, tax break for private sector rate increases to low income earners, transports and net increase in employment, permit the practice of foreign currency dominated transnaira for Nigerian businesses, remove impediment to global employment opportunities based in Nigeria, remove to global employment opportunities for Nigeria, suspension of VAT on diesel, tax waivers on CNG, conversion CNG and renewable energy item. I think the news some time back. Compensation of tariff on the 43 item on ban from accessing forex in the official market and fiscal policy items prohibited for import. The House of Representatives has invited CBN and his team to come really explain what by removing forex on this forex ban in the first instance. Then withholding tax regulation to ensure simplicity and working capital business. facility use of mobile phones for conditional cash, introducing a spending framework for subsidy, forex reform windfall, including a portal to track spending by federal and local government. Take from 12.
There's also suspension of taxes which place burdens on the poor and business and compensate with windfalls revenues on agencies. Expand the official foreign market to incorporate BDCs, first retail FX dealers, and outlaw transact black market. Digitalize Nigeria's and discourage speculative demands and hold foreign exchange in cash. Imposition of duty or tax on foreign exchanges outside the official market. Implement contracts for the importation of MS to measure pending improvement in key industries. Discontinue with the verification portal and requirement for certificate of importation and export proceed restriction. Impediments to export promotion and bottleneck. Regarding export extension grant, remove restrictions on registration and use of exporters. Modify tax probe to allow taxpayers to make standing tax liabilities. And grant waiver of penalty in condition of full payment of outstanding tax liabilities on or before 31st 2023.
I think the last one I tried it, where there was some sort of amnesty for all those who have never paid taxes and big and small portfolio companies who regular documents at the end of the day. Well, I hear that we recorded some considerable success with that policy, and they're trying to extend this one to December. So we part of it because it's quick win. Like quick action result. If you implement this recommendation, one is to set up and present recommendation. It's another for whoever they present it to cut it and decide we're going to work with this. This can gather dust or can be acted upon. Depends on the of the government at the end of the day. But you also
okay. Let me ask you a question. How is it going to discourage the speculative or the
holding of foreign income?
Can you suggest to government on my behalf?
The man they put in charge of the committee, it was like a sound mind to me. The only time I had a reservation with October 1st when he was saying urge the government refineries. That's when facts went off. But aside from that, I'm
asking, how do you discourage speculation around foreign exchange? How can government discourage? So how do you discourage speculation around foreign exchange in Nigeria?
Well, they're talking about digital, the process. Some of it might sound league in my head.
I think you my answer. For a committee that was set up, most of them are actually vague, and some of the things there are ordinary for granted. The issue of multiple taxation, something that shouldn't happen in the first place. So you don't get committees to the multiple taxation.
And a lot of people saying a lot of interrogation.
I also observed that for the competition outside of what I think is the banner terms of reference as indicate on what committee was supposed to be tax reform, right? Mm-hmm. So he's talking about some of the issues.
It says the policy and tax reform committee. So if fiscal policy all encompass.
Okay. Let us leave that. Now, you see, there's something about the policies that I need to interrogate again. As long as these things sound, once it is shown at implementable policy pronouncements, because most things have to do with the issue of corruption I'm talking about. For me, there are two issues that drive our national currency around. Two issues. Apart from the issue of low corruption and the dollar in Nigeria is one major factor. Let me tell you, the rush for conversion of local currency into has little or nothing to do with international funds. It's a bit of store of value, including those who have large volumes of naira and large volumes of naira. I think it is you and I to really convert these monies. A show where people pay out dollars for delegates at all levels. That should be a red flag. That's how you dollar culture in Nigeria. So we're going to fight corruption and tight. Is it willing to do that? In tight. That's on one hand. However, let me also say, Nigeria has, for many years now, as champion and popularized our current president, who was governor. We have come on this concept of internally generated revenue, which is a misnomer.
I don't understand how.
Internally generated revenue as a means of growing government revenue and showing the wealth of the nation. That is a misnomer.
Isn't every country supposed to generate internally?
This is where we get it wrong all the time. The most practical way to grow government revenue and grow the wealth of the nation is externally generated revenue by way of foreign investment.
Just the federal? Are we also
sales of government?
State and local government.
With Kogi State government, for example, setting up exporting it out to Kogi State and making revenue. Rather than blocking it on between local and Abuja to collect taxes from tracker drivers. And sometimes those both are fitting with tracker drivers and not regular and all that. We're talking about. Yes. That is. So another country where you have taxation as an issue. Your taxes are used to simply service your social services. Simple as that. You have your best for your free health care in the case of citizen, highly subsidized educational public, for highly subsidized public transport system. And when you're out of the taxes you pay will not be returned to you as unemployment benefits. They don't have to construct road, but taxes to build. No. They don't do that. Every country has a huge chance in the global trade arena. So you see countries like China, or UK, they measure their wealth of nation through their volume exports.
But isn't that through the private partnership in private sector?
It's
a global misnomer?
There's a Nigerian misnomer to always separate price of government. Here is separate because government is the down the economy sector. Any who tells project about the economy is not true. Because only petrol prices are when utilities crumbled and more are crumbling. People now talking about subsidy again. Yes. It tells you that the economy. American economy as even as it is, or private dominated as it is planned, regulated, not, and carefully choreographed by house. Yes. That is why whenever the company wants to flee in America, we come out with what is called bailout. Give them money. And the company does not tell you how it wants to recoup the money. Because it knows that if it fails, it will lose.
Dr. Majeed, isn't there a place for the steps also for us in Nigeria, seeing that, there's a huge gap between this
You talk about Fowler.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the things that we also get.
How come they thought they were Fowler and not what the years? Spend the last 8 years over this generation. How come Nigeria remained indebted? We are still borrowing. We can't pay bills to our citizens. Why is it that problem? You see, taxation, internal revenue, is not external generated revenue. It's what comes in that comes right to the local economy. For example, if I work in a factory in Lagos that is exporting 2 billion worth of goods every month, and I get it, and because activity is such that it's increasing the production and the output of this company, so every time more people are brought in employment, more tax. If income tax was say 20 or 20%, more people that are able to pay income tax because of this export of this company that employs them. So that goods and services we're talking about region, if not hands, it's planned, it open new plan, people demand, especially if it is doing well in demand. And for that company to do well, government must sit of that company through equity, through a whole lot of fees to make it as competitive what they work out of.
You're just taxing them.
No, in fact, the teacher can cut tax to the lowest for them. Give them own 0% interest loan and add government equity. This is money. For example, quite equity in Dangote, our principle that is government must invest into enterprises that are
all right.
So that when they draw in profit, it's going to take it all from that extra revenue, not from people that are paying from taxation.
All right, let's take a break. The conversation after the break. Doris is already standing with us.